Hello and welcome to Brainy Gardener. Today, it is all about how to grow and care for the Swiss cheese plant. The Swiss cheese plant is an epiphytic tropical vine with large, distinctive leaves. The leaves are green and heart-shaped. The plant produces edible fruits that smell like a combination of pineapples and bananas. Although the vines can climb as high as 20 feet. 8 to 12 feet is their limit when grown indoors. It is native to regions of Mexico and Panama. The Swiss cheese plant has long been valued for its large leaves with dramatic texture rather than its fruit. It is an incredibly popular houseplant and can still be found sold in traditional plant stores, such as florists or upscale department stores. These plants are popular with gardeners because of their beautiful foliage that serves as a great centerpiece to accentuate other more colorful houseplants. In addition, these plants are easy to grow and require little maintenance. The Swiss cheese plant grows best in bright, indirect light. It does not tolerate direct sunlight except in the winter when the sunlight intensity is low. It can be grown both as an indoor houseplant and a garden feature. If planting outside, plan where you want it to grow before planting. It is an epiphytic vine in nature, meaning it needs support like a fully grown tree or a trellis. It is quite suited for offices and homes to liven up the space when grown as a houseplant. Pick an appropriate location and set up a support structure for the vine to grow on. It's better to plan than fumble around as the plant grows. Swiss cheese plants require frequent watering to thrive. The vines are aggressive growers and need all the nutrients they can get. If the vine has already begun climbing, water the supports and the aerial roots can take up nutrients quite readily. Let the soil dry out between watering to prevent root rot. Swiss cheese plants prefer warm temperatures and will not survive cold weather. Therefore, they can be grown outdoors in climates with a warm summer season, but bring them inside if temperatures drop below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Indoors, maintain average 60 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures for the best results. These vines require plenty of humidity to grow properly. Moderate to high humidity levels between 50 and 75% are more than enough. If grown in dry areas, use a humidifier and mist regularly to keep moisture levels up to par. Fertilize your Swiss cheese plant with a balanced fertilizer every month during the growing season. The season begins in spring and ends in fall. Follow the instructions on the packaging and don't overfeed. Swiss cheese plants can be propagated by cuttings or air layering. To propagate by cuttings, take a stem cutting from the plant with at least one node and 2 to 3 leaves. Cut the stem just above where the aerial roots are growing. Dip the cut end of the stem in rooting hormone powder and place it in a moist soil mix. The new plant will begin rooting. To propagate by air layering, choose a healthy stem with a couple of nodes and make a small incision along the width of the stem. Don't cut it off completely. Wrap the cut with moist sphagnum moss. Secure it tightly with plastic or Ziploc bags and keep the moss moist. Once roots emerge from the incision, cut the stem cleanly from below the roots and plant the rest in a fresh pot. Treat it as a mature plant, and it will continue to grow. You can also try propagation using seeds, but the process is long and has little chance of success. Air layering is usually the safest method with the best results. Swiss cheese plants can be grown in a hanging basket. Select a container with drainage holes, as it is a prerequisite to keeping the plant healthy. These plants like rich potting soils with good drainage and some ability to retain moisture. When potting a nursery plant, select a container that's slightly larger than the root ball and place it at the same depth as it was in its nursery container. Use peat-based potting mix. Plant a repot every 2 years using fresh potting mix or perlite. The best time for potting and repotting is in spring. These plants are moderately toxic to humans and animals. All plant parts contain calcium oxalate crystals that cause intense burning in the oral cavity, nausea, vomiting, and difficulty swallowing if ingested. The only parts of the plant that are non-toxic are the fruits, but only after they're ripe. These plants are susceptible to mealybugs, scale insects, and spider mites. Try neem oil or any standard insecticide if an infestation does occur.